I mean, obviously, we're pleased with the result. I thought we came out. I thought we played very well the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, which was one of the things we talked about, coming out with good energy, good enthusiasm, carrying the game to them. We got the early goal as well. I thought we were a little unfortunate not to get a few more goals in the first half and the second half with some of the breakaways that we had. I think we bent, but we didn't give up a whole lot of chances to them, things that were clean or clear cut. And I was very pleased with our team's effort and our performance today. And we've kept climbing, and now we're in first place. And now we gotta make sure we stay there and enjoy the view a little bit.
Where this team was at mid-season, I mean, you never lost faith, but did you ever think that you could get to this point this quickly?
I mean, I always believed it. I think the guys in the locker room always believed it. It's sometimes things bounce your way, sometimes they don't. Things have started. Those bounces have started to even up a little bit, but the guys continue to work hard. The commitment to defending was something that we've talked about a couple of times already after the games, and that's been there. We got another shutout today, so you don't know what other teams are going to do. How many points they're going to accumulate. So all we can control is the points that we accumulate, and we talked about we got to get those games in hand. We got to get points. We got to continue to win games at home. I know maybe our road record isn't as good as it was last year, but certainly our home record, is making up for that.
That it came this way against Salt Lake, is that an extra boost for this team?
Yeah, it's a boost for us for sure, because there were still people out there that were doubting us a little bit, that were saying, oh well, they beat Chivas and they're not in the playoff hunt, or they beat this team, Columbus isn't in the playoff hunt, and things like that. I mean, last time I looked, everybody plays the same competition, throughout the season. So, so somewhere that all evens out. And, I felt very confident that, we could play well against Salt Lake. I thought in Salt Lake, the second game, I thought we were unlucky. I thought we played fairly well, but we took goals at bad times, right before halftime, right after halftime. And we were actually in the game the whole time. And today we did a good job of executing our game plan.
Pretty good reflection of the depth of this team. You go into a game with guys like Eddie and Dempsey on the bench and still get this result against Salt Lake.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was a decision we made. With the minutes that Clint had played and Eddie's minutes on Tuesday, and I think you saw Beckerman out there at 90 minutes, and he's a very, very good player, and I don't think today was a normal game for him. I think there was a little bit of fatigue on him, and so we decided, hey, we've been in a good run. They're a little bit tired. Let's use them off the bench today. But we knew they would participate and they would help us. And Clint was unlucky with a couple of good chances, and Eddie was almost in there as well a couple of times, and Andy could have had him late in there and just missed the pass. But it just shows the depth of our team, but it also shows that the decision we made today was the correct one.
Were you happy with how Clint and EJ played?
How Clint and
EJ?
Yeah, obviously we still got to work on it, like we said about, how it's going to look when they're all on the field together. So that's something now we get some days to train on it, and we can sort of see which way is going to be the best way to play with all of them, because we got to have the right balance. But I thought they actually did a good job. Obviously, the other team's trying to get back in the game. They're playing with a little more energy towards the end there. But I thought when we got a hold of the ball, in the last 20 minutes, a little more clinical at times, a little better bounce here or there, and we could have had 2-3 goals to finish the game off.
How would you describe that formation at the end there?
The amoeba? No, we can describe it as the amoeba. It sort of floats around and moves wherever you want. We sort of went into a 4-3-3 after halftime. They switched out of their 4-4-2 and went into a 4-3-3, and so we sort of went into a 4-3-3 as well. We had Eddie go to the right side, Lamar went to the left, Oba played up top. Clint was maybe a little more advanced than maybe we would have liked at times defensively, but offensively he found some good spaces in there, and I think they're versatile enough, and there's enough hard work there. You saw Oba's work rate today. There's enough hard work there that they can place change with each other. One guy covers out wide, the other guy goes into the middle. I think those things can get done, and it's just a matter. Today it was Ozzie and Rose. They've got to do the covering work and the work inside, and I thought both of them did a great job today.
What did you see and what did you like from the goal building, or both goals?
We had talked about one of the things we could exploit is getting Adam wide. We had talked about there'd be space for our outside backs, and we had talked that we could play in combination on the outside. And the first goal came from breaking through on the left, combination, and the second one came with DeAndre breaking through on the right. So, it was exactly where we felt we could get at them a little bit, and it paid off today with 2 goals.
But you've got a lot of options up front. How are you going to choose your forwards moving?
Well, I don't know. Might put names in a hat and draw them out. Might flip a coin. We'll figure it out. It always has a way of sorting itself out. Having quality players is a good problem to have. And we see who's on form, who's healthy. All those things factor into it.
And so, building on that, what we saw in the club's thinking on the trade that y'all made today, and how that do you think that is that for the future, or might that help you down the stretch run?
Well, obviously we're thinking of it helping us for sure down this stretch run. Adam Moffat is a player I know well. I was the one who brought him into the league with Columbus. He was at the start of the season when we won MLS Cup. He started the first 6 games for us that season and had a couple of goals, and then did his ACL. But the last 2 years he's been with Houston. He's been part of their team that have gotten to MLS Cup finals. He's a competitor. Gives us a veteran guy in there as well. Shawry has been banged up with injuries on and off, so and then Evans has sometimes been hurt as well. Although the way Andy played tonight, I don't think he wants anybody to move ahead of him in the game. But I think you'll like Adam. He's a good, hard-working player. We hated to lose Servando because he's such a great person, great kid, and also a very, very good player. But being able to add somebody of Adam's experience at this stage of the season, guy who's been to MLS Cup finals, a guy who's got a great shot from distance, who competes, who battles, was something that we felt we couldn't pass up.
On the field, where do you see him kind of fitting into the group?
He's a central midfielder. He can play the deep role. He can play the more advanced role. If we go to 3 in midfield, he can play one of the 3 in there. He can do a number of things.
How important is a play like DeAndre's assist in terms of his development? It seems like the kind of thing people have been looking for him to do in terms of taking it all the way into the penalty area.
Yeah, it's very important because we've been talking about finishing off plays for him. He's got to be able to finish off plays, and the assist. What he did well is with his touch, he took himself into the box, and that then committed defenders. And when you commit defenders, then now you got to make the right choice. And we've been working with him on that, and he made a great choice and found Lamar coming in late. So that was very, very good. Even on the first goal, while I think of it, Lamar makes a great run to open up Obafemi, and those are things that don't get rewarded on the stat sheet, but are things that as a coach you noticed. And DeAndre, I think, got in a couple other times where his crosses were better quality as well. So he's got to continue to grow and mature, in that respect. And as a defender, at the end of the day, him as a right back. As he matures and makes better decisions, I think over a 34-game season, he's somebody that's got to walk away with 5, 6, 7 assists over a season, and I think he'll be capable of doing that.
Coach, earlier you were talking about the doubters and the criticism you received early on. What does this win? What sort of statement does it make for the team?
Well, what we talked about before the game was we believe. We believe in ourselves. We believe, and today's our day to turn believers out of the doubters. And so that was our mission going out on the field, to make sure that all our fans believe. So I'm not worried about them, just to show that, this is a team we can beat, and this is a team we can play against, and we can play well.
Another big win in front of 50,000 plus.
Keep them coming. Keep those big crowds coming. I think the more we do that, the better it is. And it seems like our team reacts really well to that, and the energy, the excitement, the noise was fantastic. The amount of people that stayed at the end of the game as we walked around the field was fantastic.
So no coincidence that you guys are 7-0 now in front of these big crowds.
No, I think the crowd definitely helps us, and it's a big plus for us. I don't know if we're always going to have Russell Wilson in the stands, because he drew a pretty big ovation, and we wish him and the Seahawks the best of luck for Sunday. But I think we're creating something in our own right as well.